Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, today we've got this crazy little hover box for you. If I hover over it, you see the sort of content disappears there and a little call to action button pops up. And that's a cute little effect. That's a nice, if people are mousing around your site and see that, it's going to get their eyeballs on it, which is what you want. To do this today, we're using a brand new plugin called DiviFlash. They've literally just launched it this week and it comes with 17 modules, and the ones that I've tried so far are absolutely wonderful. And today we're using the Divi Hoverbox, and they've got a launch offer at the moment. It's very reasonable. If anybody wants to check it out, I'll put a link below the video here. Okay, well, let's get started. Let's go back to our page. Let's enable the Visual Builder. And let's just delete the one I've got here and we'll start from scratch. I've got a section with a row with 2 columns in it. Obviously you make yours how you wish. I'm going to add a module. Divi comes as standard with all the light grey ones, plenty enough to build most sites. When you add the DiviFlash, it gives you these ones with the little purple icons, and the one I want to use today is the Hoverbox. And here it is, and we're straight into the Content tab. Little switch at the top will enable you to flip it from hover view to regular view. It's on regular as default. Content, let's give it a title. Really exciting title. And let's have an equally exciting subtitle. As you can see, there it is up there. Nothing to write home about. Content wise, I really don't have any, so I'm just going to steal a bit from one of my text modules here. There we go. Moving on down, we want to add a call to action button now. Put in whatever you want your button to say right there. There it is. Add the button URL here where you want to take the people that click on it. If it's opening in your own site, leave it in the same window. If you're navigating to somewhere else off-site, opening it in a new tab so your site stays open. Now the hover settings, we can choose whether to display all these different elements on hover or not. And we'll come back to these in a minute when we've actually built the site a little bit more. For the background, you can put in a simple color, a gradient, or an image. Let's throw an image in there. I'll use that pretty beach image I used before. And as you see, it's behind there. When we hover over, everything disappears. Okay, if you want to link your module, hit the little link tab there, and wherever they click on the module, except for the button, will take them to this link if you're using that. Right, let's move to our design. Text wise, I'm just going to align everything to the middle. Vertical align, I'm going to put everything in the center. And you can style title, subtitle, content all differently, and there's some great things you can do here, especially with the backgrounds. So let's go in, let's make my title. You can choose to have it H4, 3, 2, 1, paragraph text. Let's make it a big title, H2. And you can give it a background. You can give it a color, a gradient, or an image. Let's throw a different image behind our background text there. Something colorful. I think that's what I used before. And as you can see, it's thrown that behind the actual title up there, which is quite cool. Now if we go down, I want that to be a lot bigger, so I'm going to make mine ultra bold. I'm going to make it white so we can see it a lot better. I'm going to capitalize it. We've already got it in the middle, that's fine. I'll give it a bit more line height so that little strip at the top's a little bit broader. We could do the same thing with padding if we wanted to. Something like that. Great. Now we can move down. If you want to give it a border, you can do. If you just want to give it a border on the bottom, hit the one with the bottom highlight there. Give it a couple of pixels and make it the color that you want it. Of course you can change the styles. I'm going to keep mine solid, but you've got dotted, doubled, grooved, all the regular CSS type line effects there. So I'm going to leave mine on solid. Great. Moving down to the subtitle. Again, you can give it its own background if you want to. Give it a blue background. Make it a little bit see-through so we can see a bit of the image through there. You can get some fantastic effects. I'm doing this rather quickly. You want to spend a bit more time on your design, I'm sure. And again, we'll increase the line height on that a little bit. I'll make it white so we can see it. And we'll give it a little more breathing space right there. Great. Moving on down. Let's go to our content. And again, you can give it a background if you wish here. So I'm just going to give mine a color. I'm going to take the opacity down so we can see the nice see-through there. And also let's make that font white so we can see it. And of course, change anything up however you want, and you've got the regular font styling. You can change the font type, the size of it, position of it, etc., like any other Divi module here. Okay, let's keep on moving down. Next up is our button. Well, actually, let's give our content a little bit of a border too. So let's go back up to that content. Here's the border. I'm just going to give it top and bottom. I'll give it 2 picks to match the one that's above the subtitle there. 2 picks white. And we'll give it one on the bottom too, just to keep it separated. There we go. Fantastic. Great. Now let's roll on down and take care of the button. Well, the button alignment, it's in the middle already, which is fine. You can give it a background color, gradient, or an image if you prefer. I'm just going to give mine a color. There it is. Button font, I'll leave that exactly how it is. I will make it white so we can see it a bit better, and we'll style this button in a moment. Don't want any rounded corners. I will give it a white border. Again, I'll keep it to 2 picks like everything else there. Once we spread these out, that'll look a bit better. And let's put a bit of box shadow on there for fun. You won't see it until we give it space at the bottom. Okay, now here we've got custom spacing. Now the wrapper is everything within. If you wanted to give it some margin, it'll bring all that content. Say if I give it 20 top and bottom, you'll see that it pulls it down. You can see the image behind there. But I don't want anything on mine particularly. So I'm going to go straight to the content. And the title, well, I'm happy with the way that is, so I don't need to add anything there. Subtitle, let's add a little bit of extra padding top and bottom. I'm just going to give it 5 pixels. Hit the chain, it'll do the opposite. There we go. Fantastic. Now the content, I do want a bit more padding on the content. So let's say give it 20 top and bottom and 30 left and right. There we go. That gives it a bit more breathing room there. And we can go down to the button. And to make our button a little bit fatter, I'm going to give it 15 on the top and bottom and 25 left and right. And to give it a bit of extra space there, we can give it a margin on top and bottom for a bit of breathing space. Just give it 15. There we go. Great. So there's our little hover box, and of course when we hover over it, everything disappears, which is great, but you can't get to your button. So let's go back to our content, and here's where the hover comes in. Hover settings. Let's just say we want to see the button when we hover, and it'll disappear from here, which is great. And when we hover over, it pops up there. And I really like that. That's a nice little effect. This way they can obviously click on the call to action there. And the time it takes to do that is the default Divi 300 milliseconds. If you wanted to slow that down or speed it up, go to the advanced, go to transitions. There's the default 300. Let's make it half a second or 500 milliseconds. And you can use whatever speed curve you want. Don't want any delay, I want it to happen as soon as the mouse goes over it. Let's choose ease in, ease out, so when you mouse off of it, it sort of eases back out again. So if we've done everything right, let's save our changes. Let's save our page changes or publish if you're ready. And exit the Visual Builder. Go on down and there's our little hover box. Like I say, nice little effect to have on your site. Mine's a little crazy looking, but you can spend a bit more time styling yours and it should look fantastic. So there we have it. There's a little hoverbox effect with the DiviFlash plugin. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.